G'day and welcome to another episode of Higgo's Heroes. This week our hero is our coach, Todd Curley. How are you, Todd?
I'm well, mate. How are you?
Oh, I'm not too bad. Good win on the weekend, and it's been a reasonable season. Probably looking to go one more this year in finals. What do you think's improved, and what do you think we can? Do you think we can do it?
Probably want to go two more, I reckon.
Two more?
Yeah.
Apart from compared to last year.
Two more? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think we're probably obviously better prepared in the fact that we've got a lot more boys that have played finals before, and it's probably doesn't have that great unknown that maybe was there last year. And I think the pain of dropping out last year after all the work you do, no doubt you boys are pretty keen to make amends.
100%. Now, Tuesday night's a big selection night, and it'll probably be the toughest one of the season. But what I want to know is, I've been noticing Domino's cars pulling up after training every Tuesday night, and the pizzas roll in there, and it smells real good when we go down to the change rooms. I want to know who eats the most pizza out of all the coaches.
Hard-hitting question. Yeah, we do have pizzas.
And garlic bread as well.
We do. I don't partake in the garlic bread, but early on in the year, actually, there used to be a few bits of pizza left. So the boys that were still doing in weights in the gym would have a bit of pizza towards the end. But lately there hasn't been a lot left. Meetings been going a bit longer. So Sean Tinsley's probably pretty strong, and Brett King's pretty hard to beat.
Kingy, the big fella, would eat a lot. What's your favourite flavoured pizza?
I'm not overly fussed. As long as it's got no seafood and it's got a bit of chilli on it, I'm pretty happy.
Pineapples?
No pineapples on pizza or egg.
Now, back to the footy. Rumour has it that you were pretty sharp on the tongue back in your playing days. And do you want to let us know what your best sledge you ever gave was, or did you ever cop any beauties? Keep it PG.
Can't really probably divulge too many, keeping it PG. But I probably wasn't too quick by foot, so I didn't mind having a bit to say. But I used to get a fair bit back as well.
They're all MA.
Yeah, and to be honest, when I first started, you could give a fair bit of advice to the umpies, but they were actually pretty good at coming back with some too. So which was actually enjoyable. But obviously we've got to respect the umpies and all that sort of stuff. But some of the best quips coming back were probably from the umpires.
Now, again, touching on your playing days, how many premierships did you play in?
Played in two, 1995, 2003. Unfortunately played in a couple of losing grand finals as well, but they're definitely worth winning. You certainly celebrate for a fair while, and it's great running into those guys, even 20 years later.
What do you remember? What's the one thing that sticks out from winning the premierships in '95 and 2003? Did you say? Yeah, 2003.
Probably '95 was a pretty special one. We had one. I don't think West Perth had won one for 20 years. It was all in brawl before the start.
Did you get knocked unconscious?
I wasn't unconscious, but I spent a little bit of time sitting down for a part of it. But to be 10 goals up pretty much at three-quarter time, it allowed us to enjoy it a bit. And I was only 22 at the time, so yeah, that was probably the one that I really enjoyed.
That's good. Now this one, this was from another player, not me. What's your favourite shampoo?
Shampoo. I don't really need to use the anti-dandruff one. But now that I'm doing my own hairdos, I save on shampoo, and also save on barber's fees. So it allows me to splurge in other areas.
Yeah, I've been saving on barber's fees for the past year as well. Now to coaching. What's the most, or the best thing you like about it? What do you enjoy most about coaching?
I think it's just fantastic to be able to work with a group of guys that are really driven and want to achieve the best level and that they can, and be a part of it. Everyone says that your playing career is short and it goes fast, and they're definitely right. So once you become too old, too slow, and start getting grumpy because you can't do things that you can see unfolding, coaching's a great way to stay involved, and listening to all the stories from the boys keeps you young.
And what about your dislikes? What's the worst thing about it?
Coaching? I'm probably getting better at it now as I get older, but I used to get very frustrated early days. Probably seeing stuff that is out of your control. It's probably the hardest thing to get used to. But yeah, you just got to learn to move on. As a player, I used to always be worried about making mistakes. You'd be looking for the runner to come your way. And the biggest thing I learned once you get to coaching, everything goes so fast. You don't worry about it.
Now, on frustration, do you want to tell us how the hole in the wall in the coach's box got there? Was that you or someone else?
Actually predates my time, so it's been there for three and a bit years. But no, that wasn't me.
Now, what about, I know we've copped a fair few sprays this year. Have you ever given one and then just thought, what the hell did I just say?
All the time. All the time. Once you get on a roll, you've got your couple of points you want to get across, but if you had to sit down and actually repeat exactly what you said, you'd be pretty hard-pressed to do it.
Oh, that's good. And now this one's from the boys. It's not from me again. Who's your favourite current player at South Fremantle Football Club?
Favourite current player? Other than yourself, Brock?
Obviously.
I'm quite partial to the defenders, so let's just say any of the defenders.
Stevie Edwards.
Steve Edwards? He's playing defence, so yeah, that's probably correct.
Now, who out of the current crop would make the best coach, do you think?
You're not allowed to laugh, but I think Schleuthy.
Oh, no.
Schleuthy would, I think he'd make a super coach. Once he gets over that initial hump of dealing with the frustration of not being able to impact the game. He's pretty smart. Ashton. Probably wouldn't recommend any of the ruckman at this stage.
That's all right. I wasn't applying anyway. Now, who do you reckon the weirdest bloke at the club is? Who's the weirdest player and the weirdest coach?
Weirdest coach would be probably Paul Litherland. There's a few things have slipped out about Lithers that he likes to do away from the club this year, so I'll probably say him, but they're all an eclectic bunch. Weirdest player. Weirdest player. I've never seen Adam McIntosh with a hair out of place, so he must spend an incredible amount of time in front of the mirror with a hairdryer.
It seems to be a common theme on this show, Adam McIntosh. Now, someone marks it 35 metres out, directly in front. Grand final, siren's gone. Who do you want kicking the ball besides me?
Is siren gone?
Siren's gone.
So you can't run around the back for a handball?
No.
Mason Shaw.
Shorey?
Shorey or Schleuthy?
Sure thing.
Either.
Now, on Scooter, you've got TK or Schleuthy. You have to pick one of them. You can't pick the other one. Who do you pick?
Can't pick them both in the midfield.
Can't pick them both. You have to pick. No, one's out of the team, one's in the team.
I'll have to reserve my judgment on that one.
Now, this is the final question, and probably the most interesting. You're stuck on a tropical deserted island, and you have to take one player with you. Who would it be and why?
Take Josh Branchy so he can grab the coconuts.
Good answer. That's all we have time for. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
No worries.